Hey everybody, so I'm just heading over to my alma mater, the University of South Florida. Today I'm going to be doing my VO2 Max test. It's very, very exciting. With that being said, I'll see you in a little bit. Very exciting for me to find out what training levels, what training paces, what heart rate levels that I need to train appropriately. So my next block, whether it may be the 5K event in December or the mini marathons for next year, how I'll be able to train for that appropriately and continue my gains and PBs. Speaking of marathons, earlier this week, the registration for the 2021 Berlin Marathon was unveiled, and I had already gained a deferral entry from last year. So with the registration window being a month long, I could have waited. I didn't. So now I am already registered for next year for 2021 Berlin officially. So far it's pretty exciting. It's a pleasure to head over to their exercise science department to be able to use their laboratory and take on the VO2 test. So we'll be there in a little bit. Alright guys, so I just arrived. I'm gonna go ahead and start warming up the muscles using a little foam recovery. And so that way in a little bit, I'm gonna head over to the lab and then we're gonna go ahead and get started with the VO2 test.
aerobic threshold and moving past aerobic threshold.
Before taking the VO2 test, I had my assumptions thinking that it was a 40-minute test, thinking the majority of it would be mostly spent on the treadmill, but to my surprise, it was about just 10 minutes. The majority of the time involved gathering my information such as height, weight, blood pressure, resting heart rates, things like that. So that way they can get the machine calibrated to my specifications as a person. And with the results, my VO2 max is 48.3. So pretty nearly to the 50 number that I was hoping for. My calculation would be 48.3 milliliters of oxygen per kilogram of weight per minute. And so it was calculated scientifically that my max heart rate is 175. And that way my lactic threshold, essentially the point in which I start consuming much more oxygen than I'm able to put in. That was at a heart rate of 154. So it's very interesting to see how everything had gone through. So it's very comprehensive of how much data you would want to improve your training. Overall, I don't think I'll be needing the majority of this information, because the essential information that I wanted to know would be what is my heart rate that I know for sure I cannot go over when it comes to my easy running. So yes, you can go on your easy runs based on feel, but for those of us who don't have enough experience, and again, me having run for 3 years, I still have no idea what's considered easy or what's the brink of what is easy to not easy. So I really wanted to know it based on the data. So that way I can be able to adjust the profile on my Garmin or the profile on your smartwatch, so that way you can train appropriately. So it was pretty good. So I'm gonna definitely take this information, go ahead and readjust all the information, so that way when I begin doing my long run later this week, I can be able to do so much more appropriately. I'm hoping with this information, the 5K training will go much more smoothly, and then of course with every marathon event that is to follow. Thanks for listening. Make sure to hit the subscribe button on the lower right hand corner. It's right here. It's going to definitely help me as far as creating more content as the subscribers start building. So thank you very much. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next one.